on a beautiful night in Edinburgh, Texas at HEB Park. It's the Rio Grande Valley FC Toros and the Tulsa Roughnecks here in the USL Championship. A massive game in the Western Conference. Playoff implications very much on the line tonight as both teams are looking for valuable points to keep pace for a top spot to get in to the USL Championship playoffs. Let's start on the RGV side. Sean St. Jacques, Jose Rodriguez alongside. And for RGV, Jose, Carlos Small has been leading them up front.
Yeah, absolutely. The Panamanian striker, you know, you look at him as a presence up top for RGV, a big part for Gerson Echeverry this year towards the end, 9 goals. You know, there's really not much you can say about him. The goals speaks for himself.
He's been phenomenal up front for the Toros this season. They'll hope he can continue his great goal-scoring record this season. For the Tulsa Roughnecks, Rodrigo da Costa's been their guy, 9 goals himself, 8 assists as well. He's their everyman. Yeah,
absolutely. I think for da Costa, you know, you look at the goals and you're impressed with the goals, but what Tulsa really needs from him is those 8 assists. You know, and towards the end of the season, once again, you need those key players to perform at a high level. And tonight, both Carlos Small and da Costa, they have to be good. They have to be good for RGV and Tulsa for them to have a chance once again to make it into the playoffs.
This game has everything you want. It's got stars on both sides, playoff implications for both teams. Under the lights and in the heat in Edinburgh, Texas, it's RGV and Tulsa coming up next.
The more we are together with nature, the more we are together, the better we'll be. There's forests and rivers, mountains and valleys. The more we are together, the better we'll be.
For 35 years, Lone Star National Bank has grown along with our customers. Together, we have helped transform South Texas, raised families, and planted roots to create opportunities that benefit not the few, but the many, to plan and build for a better tomorrow, to imagine what is possible. That is how you build strong communities and the strong bank, one generation at a time. For 35 years, Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's Bank.
Welcome to your hometown Whataburger. Customization is what we've always done. We have mustard, mayo, ketchup. It's all up to you.
When you customize your own burger, you can put your personality in it.
Manny's ketchup, no cheese. This is my Whataburger.
We customize orders 24 hours a day.
Everybody wants it just like they like it. When you can make it your own, that always enhances that experience for you.
They're just happy to do whatever makes you happy.
However you want it, I got you. Here at Whataburger, we make it just like you like it, whenever you like it.
Hola Bruce, bienvenido a Taquería Manu. ¿Taquería Manu? Mi nueva pasión ahora que estoy retirado. Desde que probé las carnes marinadas, mi tienda para tacos son fáciles y rapidísimos de hacer. A ver, dale, mira esto. Elige el sabor que quieras. ¡Híjole! ¡Qué rico! Provecho, Bruce. Gracias, hermano.
Carnes Marinadas, mi tienda de HEB, celebrando nuestra cultura, costumbres y pasión.
Back here at HEB Park, Sean St. Jacques, Jose Rodriguez getting you set for this one. Rio Grande Valley FC Toros against the Tulsa Roughnecks as the teams walk out onto the pitch. RGV in their home oranges with the yellow trim and the white trim around the sleeves. And of course, Tulsa in their road blues with the stripes down the chests as the referees lead both teams out. Let's take a look at the lineups for both squads. Jose, we start with the home side. RGV coming in under Gerson Echeverry, his second season. This is how they line up. We mentioned Carlos Small up top, but Jesus Enriquez has also had a great impact again this season for the Toros.
Absolutely. You come to expect a lot from Enriquez towards the end of the season for this team. But also you have to look into what Martinez and Rodriguez can do in the middle of the field, how well they can hold onto the ball and then be able to move the ball forward, you know, trying to find a little bit of rhythm for Enriquez, for Hernandez. And then in the back, you know, Coronado, Donovan, they are young players, but they do have some experience, so they have to be solid in the back end with Derek, of course, a player that we all know from Houston Dynamo, you know, a talented goalkeeper with a lot of experience as well.
And RGV's trying to hold off the Tulsa Roughnecks, who are right behind them in the standings. And Jose, a couple of notables here. Obviously, we talked about DaCosta, who can really do a lot of things in the midfield. Uzo up front is certainly a player to watch as well. But that left back position is certainly something that caught your eye when we got the lineups.
Yeah, absolutely. Prasad starting, you know, for the first time.
Yeah.
That is something that you have to look into. That's something that if you're RGV as well, you know, you kind of have to test the new guy coming in. So, you know, it's also a young team, but with the experience from Uzo, Altamirano, and Reyes, that is something that you have to point out if you're Tulsa.
Yeah, Nicholas Prasad making his first appearance with Tulsa this season. He played in the German 4th Division last season, played just under 260 minutes there, Jose, and now he comes in and gets a big start in really a must-win game for the Roughnecks if they want to keep pace in the playoff chase.
Yeah, we were talking about it, like how important this match really is. And, you know, when you're a coach, you take chances sometimes, but it's a little bit surprising that you're taking chances at this point during the season. Either way, you know, you give a player this type of an opportunity, and we'll see. You never know. You can take advantage of it, and things change in your career after this.
Prasad will certainly be a player to watch for Tulsa in this game, as you see the RGV boys run across the halfway line. Tulsa kicks us off from left to right, and RGV will be going from right to left. Again, Sean St. Jacques, Jose Rodriguez, happy to be along with you here on ESPN Plus as this one gets underway. It's a huge game in the standings in the Western Conference as the ball goes right back out of play immediately for a Roughnecks throw. Our first look at Prasad, he throws it right back into play, and Tulsa's back line will control there. Roberts, Hendrick, the captain back there as well, along with Sheldon, the right back. Hendrick's been a really big piece for what Tulsa has done this season as well, getting the captain's armband again this season. At the moment, RGV in 15th place, and they're on 28 points, 7 wins, 12 losses, and 7 draws. First opportunity here for Tulsa, it's whipped in, and first opportunity for the goalkeeper, Tyler Derrick, and he wraps it up.
Yeah, the first opportunity of the match, you know, coming through a right side, you know, that's what you want to see from Tulsa. Want to be aggressive, try to move the ball from side to side, and just understand how big a match this is for you.
Here comes Enriquez, always dangerous on this near side for RGV. 3 goals to his name this season. Looking for a deflection. No, it's out for a goal kick. Our referee, Dejan Susak, with the call there. So a chance for the Roughnecks to clear their lines. RGV this season, 6 of their 7 wins at home. And on the flip side, Tulsa just 1 road win themselves this season for the Roughnecks, and they could really use that second one tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. It has been a challenge, but you know, you look at the positives. Moving forward, you still have a shot. You won 1 game on the road, and you still have a shot. You know, so go for it tonight, and you know, try to build from that.
There was some lovely link-up play there. It was DaCosta trying to weave it through with Marlon, who's had a very solid season as well. Number 10 in blue for Tulsa. Coronado for RGV went down and drew a free kick for his side. So the Toros will have an early opportunity to clear their lines here. There's Carlos Small up front, our player to watch for RGV tonight. He has been a guy that has been Mr. Finisher for the Toros this season. And talking with Gerson Echeverry in the lead up to this game, you know, Carlos Small was a guy that came on late in the season for the Toros last year, and since then has really taken the reins up front along with Michael Salazar, who's not in the team tonight.
Yeah, well, you know, when you first come into the league, then, you know, you don't know things around your not even your own team. So it's you need a moment to adjust, you know, to get a little bit into the rhythm of the league. It's challenging playing in USL Championship, especially in the last 2 to 3 years. Things are changing, and the level of play is higher and higher. So, you know, Carlos Small, the time of adjustment has passed, and now he has shown what he's capable of.
It's going to be offside on the far side. That pass out wide, so it's going to be a chance for Tulsa to clear their lines. It was a good tackle initially by Matthew Sheldon to try and stop that attack. as they tried to play it in behind. Enriquez tried to find that ball, but instead Sean Lewis, the goalkeeper for Tulsa, will get us back underway.
You know, it's a little bit surprising if you're Tulsa. It hasn't been a good season for them so far, but they do have a lot of players, you know, in a range of age in which you expect players to peak. 24, 25, 26, even 28 years old. You know, so you come to expect a little bit more of Tulsa, especially towards the end of the season.
Ball whipped in. Chance for DaCosta. Pressured well by RGV, but a good ball over the top. Chance to maybe cross this in. Chested down, shot comes in, blocked by Connor Donovan. And RGV's captain clears their lines, and it's out for a Tulsa throw. Early stages here. Tulsa's had a couple of chances in that final third to find teammates in the penalty area. That ball whipped in towards the penalty area again. Donovan, calm, cool, and collected. Finds Tyler Derrick, who lofts it over near side, but it's to no one in particular. And it'll go back to Tulsa. Michael Encian, a Tulsa native, the head coach of the Roughnecks. Like you said, Jose, obviously a tough season for Tulsa last year. They're still in the playoff hunt, though, late on in the season this year. That's got to be a big plus for his side. And also, you know, again, they've been struggling with conceding goals, second most in the West this season. But at home, they've won enough games to stay alive. And if they can get it working on the road, things could change. They're trying to get it working here. Shot comes in, and it's wide. And out for a goal kick, a lovely touch. Toby Uzo with his first opportunity, the number 9 for Tulsa, convinced it was a corner, but does not get the call as Gerson Echeverry tries to calm his side down at the back. Good chance, though, for Tulsa. 2 or 3 opportunities there in the final third.
If you're watching Uzo for the first time, in that play, he showed what he's all about. You know, he's big and strong, 3 defenders around him, and still he's able to take the shot. You know, a talented player, but, you know, we were talking about Tulsa defensively as we take another look. You know, you had 2 defenders around, and then you're able to take that shot. That means you're talented. Now, the thing for Tulsa and Uzo is you have to put him in a position to score because he's a finisher, just like Carlos Mo on the other end for RGV.
It's a lovely touch to set that up onto his left foot. Just could not put it on target for Tulsa. It's been a couple of half chances, but that was a real chance for the Roughnecks to strike first. It was Tulsa who won the first meeting back in March in Tulsa. 2-1 was the final score. Goals from Bastidas and DaCosta. And a late goal by Lemoyne ended up not being enough for the comeback for RGV. But of course, the Toros, who drew against Tulsa here last season, trying to make sure it's all 3 points this time. They are trying to chase down the Lights at the moment. That's the number 1 team on their list. Good ball into the middle here, crossing for Small. Couldn't quite get a touch onto that. It was poked away. Tulsa's back line did enough for a moment. Falls here for a chance back into the penalty area and cleared by Sheldon of the Tulsa Roughnecks. Can Tulsa counter here? Uzo, great hold-up play there, and he wins his side a free kick right on the halfway line. Using his size and strength for Tulsa. And a chance for the Roughnecks to restart here, and they'll keep possession through their back line. Hedrick with a pass over towards Milan Roberts. Back with Hedrick, the captain. Near side, Prasad in his first USL game. That's Resende moving his way through, weaving through a couple of defenders to find DaCosta. DaCosta probing. Patient play here from Tulsa. DaCosta again. 8 assists along with the 9 goals this season for the Roughnecks. He's been the talisman in every sense. Prasad with a good run forward. Marlon played back. Switching fields onto the far side. First touch is right to Connor Donovan, though, for RGV, who controls well. Found Hernandez initially. Far side, it was Samuels who was trying to get out of trouble over there. And it is going to be an RGV throw.
Now, we talked about Prasad to start the match. And now we see kind of an adjustment from RGV with Lemoyne and Enriquez from the right side. As we take a look at this one.
Speaking of Enriquez, near side here, Coronado trying to put that into the penalty area. Took a deflection. High boot there, still with Coronado for RGV. And Martinez thought about it. Here's Rodriguez, good step over, and let that go at the last moment. Shield play, RGV had it, but it's a foul, I believe, against Martinez, and it's going to be a free kick for Tulsa.
So look for that combination. You know, Enriquez, Lemoyne, you know, they don't need to do much. Just put a little bit of pressure on the right side if you're RGV. Just understand there's a possibility there. You have to put pressure on the new guy coming in. You know, it's the thing when you're playing professional soccer. There's no empathy. You know, you have to be aggressive. You have to go for it. So we already see how Lemoyne and Enriquez are combining on the right side just to try to put some pressure on. And Altamirano needs to make an adjustment as well and come back a little bit and play some defense to help his teammate.
Toward the penalty area. Uzo was the target. It's out of play. Goal kick for RGV. You know, we talked to Gerson Echeverry earlier this week, and that's still the #1 thing for him. Two-part, really. Playoffs are still very much within reach for RGV with, you know, still a lot of time left in the season, a lot of games to go here. But also, I think the #1 thing he kind of stressed to us was fixing up the defense. The last couple of games, 3-0 loss to Austin. Last time out, they really wanted to hunker down there, and it could lead to opportunities like this for RGV. A step over, a shot, good save. That time by Lewis, still not out of the woods yet. Enriquez, crafty in the penalty area, leaves it off for a wonderful strike, but it's well off target, and it's out for a goal kick. Isidro Martinez, not shy, just couldn't find the target. It was a good strike, though, and if it was on target, it would have been dangerous.
Absolutely. This is exactly what we were just talking about. You know, Lemoyne moving forward with the ball. He's very talented with it. So, you know, take a chance. Take a chance. You understand that the moment right now is there for you to be aggressive. So, you know, it's good to see that from Lemoyne. And then as well, if you're Tulsa, defensively, you have to make the adjustment as early as possible.
Hernandez directing traffic for RGV. Played out onto the far side. Now in the midfield, back with Remilio Hernandez, who weaves his way through. Chance for the cross here, small to aim at. In it comes near post, a shanked clearance away, and Tulsa clear their lines for now. Back line now for RGV with Castellanos and Coronado. Ball played forward, Martinez, who's another player that can really make the engine go for the Toros at times, number 30 in orange. Ball played forward, Enriquez made the run in behind, puts the pressure on, trying to sneak in behind, and it is a goal kick for Tulsa. You just never can sleep on a Jesus Enriquez. You got to make sure that he's out of the play before you end up giving one away there. He almost snuck in behind a play that you almost always see shielded off safely out for a goal kick. He almost sneaks in behind there.
Absolutely. He never gives up. And, you know, that's mainly the reason why he's playing in the middle of the field as of late, because you give him more room. You know, when you put him either on the left or on the right side, maybe you make the switch when he's a little bit tired because you want to keep him in the game. But to start, you have to put him in the middle of the field. Then he can move left or right, whatever he wants to do, you know. But just you want him to be with the ball or near the ball.
Back to Castellanos as RGV restart through the back. Connor Donovan. Out far side. Andrew Samuels, number 16 in orange, sends it forward. And on that far side, the collapsing there. Matthew Sheldon's had a good start to the game for Tulsa defensively. Made the challenge. RGV try again here. Small with his first major touch on the ball tonight and wins his side to throw on the near side, looking to cut that back in. Nicolencian, Tulsa native, has played in the MLS and has been a big part of this project here with the Tulsa Roughnecks and has really improved on last season. Chance for RGV, ball comes in, no one steps to it. It's blocked once, blocked twice, and out for a corner. A golden chance. Lemoyne almost found the chance. He scored against Tulsa back in March and almost did it again there.
Yeah, what an opportunity for RGV. A good ball. No defender from Tulsa gets near the ball, and then Lemoyne with a right-footed shot. A wonderful opportunity for the home side unable to finish this time.
Sheldon and Roberts defensively with the blocks for Tulsa. Last-ditch efforts, and they just about kept that out of the goal. Now a corner kick opportunity. It's whipped in well. Headed away, strong header out of the penalty area by Uzo, the striker for the Roughnecks. Ball thrown back into Enriquez. Looking into the penalty area. Donovan was lurking there for the Toros. Out of play. And this might be a whistle brought back for a free kick. And Tulsa will be able to try to control the ball and boot this forward.
Yeah, if you're RGV right now, you try to stay away from these type of fouls just because it gives Tulsa a little bit of breathing room. So, you know, you don't want to do that. You have right now possession. You have the momentum on your side.
That was Brian Reyes who was down for Tulsa. Good to see him back up and about. But it's right back with the Toros, who keep heaping on the pressure here. Near side, Kevin Rodriguez. Good ball into the penalty area, but the step two there by Reyes was crucial. Here's DaCosta for Tulsa as they look to counterattack. And he tried to send that forward with the outside of his left boot, but it was picked off by Castellanos. More forward here from Tulsa. Uzo with good hold-up play. Near side, DaCosta's there. If Prasad wants him, instead opted for Resende. All the way back to Hedrick, the captain for the Roughnecks. Here's Reyes. Switching fields well to Prasad. Near side, DaCosta. Marlin in behind for Tulsa. Good build-up play, into the box, Uzo, great turn, shows the strength, but Derek was quicker. And he wins his side a free kick, and some great respect shown there. Two strong gentlemen fighting for the ball.
What a great read by Derek.
Yeah.
You know, stay in the game, understand that he's going to turn. You know, he as soon as Uzo got the ball, look at the read right there. It's just, you know, experience. It's wonderful.
Strength that time outsmarted by Tyler Derrick. Connor Donovan gets thrown out of the way, but Tyler Derrick backs him up.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, but you know, the name of the game right now, especially if you're RGV, is possession. Because if you don't have the ball, then Tulsa, they do have a lot of talent up top. If you look up at DaCosta, we talked about Uzo, of course, you know, Marlon on the right side, they have the talent. They can score goals. Now, if you have possession and you keep them away from the ball, then you can exploit a little bit of the challenges that they have defensively.
This is where Tulsa, though, have been dangerous, as you alluded to, Jose. DaCosta off the turnover. But RGV will force it back. Prasad, we've seen get more touches on the ball. Seems pretty comfortable out there so far. His first USL game with the Roughnecks as a starter. Ball played forward, picked out of there by Samuels. And Small was the target there, ran past him. And Prasad will send it all the way back to Sean Lewis in goal for the Roughnecks. First 17 minutes, so that you want both teams to be aggressive. It seems like that's what we've seen so far.
Yes, I think it's a good start. It's a good start to the game. I think both of these teams understand what this game really means for them in terms of the playoffs. And I think they're showing that they're going for the 3 points tonight. And I think that's the right mentality.
We talked about it at the top. It feels like a must-win for Tulsa this late in the season. Again, still a lot of games left, but a lot of teams to hop over as well for both sides to get into that last playoff spot. And, of course, Tulsa, their next team to hop over is the team they're playing tonight, RGV. And 3 points would do a lot to help that. But, of course, RGV want to catch Vegas, and they're trying to hop ahead of them to get a chance to move up further in the standings as well. RGV are just 6 points out of a playoff spot in going into tonight. Of course, a couple teams with a game in hand. Tulsa are 10 points out of a playoff spot coming into tonight. So, obviously, for both teams, it feels like a must-win, but for Tulsa specifically, it's a huge opportunity.
Yes, if you're Tulsa and you don't get the 3 points tonight, I mean, it's not over for them.
Of course, yes.
But, I mean, it's really close.
A big opportunity missed, you'd have to say, but it's still early stages here.
And if you're RGV, on the other hand, then you have a great opportunity just, you know, to get rid of Tulsa. Like, okay, guys. this is a 6-point game for them as well. You know, I mean, if we talk specifically about these two teams, so you know, and depending on what the other results are, you can move, you know, as close as what, 11th, something like that.
Chance here for RGV. Almost had an opportunity there from Rodriguez to whip it, and he goes byline instead. Chance here, Rodriguez, great cross into the middle, and it's Sheldon again in the 6-yard box, getting a vital touch. Not quite cleared, and now Tulsa get a touchdown of the 18-yard box. Marlin tries to hold up play now for the Roughnecks. Man, Matthew Sheldon has been vital early stages here for Tulsa defensively. Meanwhile, DaCosta, great in transition for the Roughnecks. Will he choose to play facilitator? Out wide here. Chance for the cross. 3 Roughneck players to aim at here. Ball cut in. Again, lovely step over to cross it. Deflected and out of play for a corner. Wow. Lovely play on that far side. Altamirano was the player trying to create something for Tulsa, and he's won his side a corner as Gerson Echeverry wants the back line to tighten things up.
Well, it's good that the teams are backing up, you know, what we're talking about, how aggressive they have been to start the match. Look at that, like Altamirano takes the shot, and then a slight deflection might change things up.
A header could have gone anywhere from Donovan. Altamirano will take the corner. It's whipped in well. Small was there defensively. Marlin trying to head it back into danger. Player goes down. It was Uzo, and he handled the ball first. And it'll be a free kick for RGV. Great call by the center referee before Uzo was knocked to the ground, and Donovan and having some words over that. They're going to be getting tangled up a lot tonight. Looked like as he jumped up before the contact was made, it looked like he did handle the ball. So great call by our center referee.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that was the right call. But, you know, it's interesting that RGV, they have been able to get inside the box a couple of times, but they just haven't been able to finish. You know, you have to be aggressive. When you get inside the box, you know, you can take the shot. You don't necessarily have to look for a teammate. You can try to finish up the play. I think, especially if you're Enriquez and Lemoyne, you have to try to do that. You have to take advantage of your opportunities early on.
Gerson Echeverry barking the orders, former Seton Hall University coach in college in South Orange, New Jersey. Seen a number of former Seton Hall players that he's coached been weaving in and out of the RGV side that he's coached over the last couple of seasons. And of course, playoffs very much on the mind of the Toros players and coaching staff. And this is a game that could go a long way to deciding what happens at the end of the season. Lewis clears it for Tulsa. Back with RGV, though. Lovely touch there by Coronado. Referee says the tackle got a piece of the ball. Play continues. Donovan getting Castellanos involved. Now here is Kevin Rodriguez trying to find a teammate, Enriquez, but it falls for Small here. Enriquez is hoping for it. Ball's whipped in and almost went all the way in. Just over the head of Enriquez and almost in at the back post. Instead, it's a goal kick. Well, what a ball in.
Now, was that a shot or was that a cross?
Gerson Echeverry's asking that question.
Well, the thing is that it was not a goal. Then that's what he was going for either way.
Well, here's not a look, and what a phenomenal ball this is.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, wow.
Inches.
That's really, really close. That's really, really close. A great effort, you know. That's exactly what I was talking about. You know, get inside the box, take the shot. You don't have, you're close enough to take the shot. So, I mean, that's a good start for Carlos Small. We'll see if RGV continues to do a little bit of this. You know, that's exactly the recipe for success for them tonight.
Cyprian Hedrick out wide. Far side for the Roughnecks here. Some headway there. DaCosta. Altamirano into the box. Uzo! Oh, it's wide. Uzo with the outside of his right boot nearly hits the target, but it's a goal kick. And this is turning into end-to-end stuff here. 2 huge chances missed on either end.
Yeah, wow. Just what an amazing play from Tulsa. Look at that. You know, it looks simple, but it's so beautiful just because, you know, everybody did everything they needed to do except for Uzo and finishing up that play.
Tough angle for him, to be fair, with someone bearing down, but thought for sure he was at least going to hit the target there from about 7 yards out. But to your point, DaCosta linking up brilliantly. Altamirano continuing to be a nuisance on that far side for Tulsa, and it almost creates the first goal of the game.
Yeah, it's so simple, but it's so effective as well. You know, that combination on the left, that cross was perfectly placed. But just Uzo, who, by the way, as well, his run was outstanding, but he was just unable to finish.
Well, now it's RGV's turn to try to create something. Here's Coronado. First touch back to Coronado. Lovely ball there to open up things for Carlos Small. Uses the space, but the pass is right back to Sheldon for Tulsa. And a good step two there to win it back. Isidro Martinez, who can be all over the place for RGV. When he's on, he is fun to watch in that midfield.
Yeah, you know, I think if you're Tulsa right now, it's hard to identify exactly where Romilio Hernandez, where Hernandez and Lemoyne are going to be. They move around so much. Well, that's a challenge.
Yeah, Michael Incian's got to be feeling pretty good, at least about the chances his side have created so far in this game. Maybe not about the defensive side. Again, we mentioned 57 goals conceded is the second most in the West this season, but so far, so good. Here come RGV again. Enriquez on his left foot, and it's blocked. Only as far, though, as Coronado. And RGV will look to reset through Castellanos. Isidro Martinez, near side, Coronado. To the box. Great challenge, but it comes back to Coronado. Play on. Enriquez, blocked. And it looks like the referee will bring this back. It is a yellow card. Nicolas Prasad into the book on his debut. And it looks like this is just outside the penalty area. Advantage was played, it looked like. The referee didn't put his arms out, but play continued there. And it is a free kick and a good spot for RGV. The bad news is Robert Coronado is still down, though, for RGV, and you hope that he's okay.
Well, it looks like, you know, the assistant referee played a factor into this.
Let's see where this tackle happened.
Ooh,
Ooh, that is close to the line.
Very close.
And remember, if it's on the line, it is in the box.
Right. That is very close.
Very close. Tough to tell from that angle, and even tougher for a referee to see that live. And then remember, he's got to come back to it after the play continues. So very tough to tell live and on the replay whether or not that was inside the box or outside. And right now the concern, as Gerson Echeverry is asking the questions here for his side, is hopefully that Coronado is okay. We saw the challenge after the ball was released, and certainly late and likely worth a booking as well for the lateness of the challenge. And now you just hope for the player's sake that he's okay to continue.
Yeah, I think in the end it was a good call by the referee to bring it back, just because, you know, Enriquez first had a shot. Oh, let's take another look. Wow, that's really close.
The ball looks to be in the penalty area when the challenge is made, but it's where the contact is on the player that decides where the ball is spotted. I can't imagine this is more than a couple of inches off the line.
Yes.
For where this free kick is going to be taken, certainly within range for somebody like Jesus Enriquez.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would think as well, I've seen Carlos Small take a couple of free kicks, you know, and maybe it's his time. But, you know, Martinez as well is like, you know, you have so many options right now if you're RGV. But let's hope for Coronado to recover, because, I mean, he's a key player for RGV.
He's had such a good start to the game as well for the Toros, as his teammate Jesus Enriquez helps him off the field. And you see there Isidro Martinez also making sure that he's all right as he's helped off the field. Great encouragement there for Enriquez. You can see the look on his face, how important Coronado is to the team. And you saw him there, frustration just to see his teammate out of play. And yeah, they're going to look for a substitution. That is not a good sign. And now it's just about, we hope Coronado's okay. And that it's not as serious as it looks.
Yeah, especially moving forward, you know, it's a player that you're going to need without a doubt.
So it looks like this free kick will be taken before the sub. Small steps up, wonderful strike, but it's off the crossbar. You see him clapping on the bottom of the screen. Can't hit it much better than that, and Sean Lewis is lucky because that beat him.
Yeah, absolutely. What a shot from Carlos Mo. You know,
wow.
You kind of expect from Carlos Mo to be aggressive in this type of opportunities, but, you know, it's just nothing you can do as a goalkeeper. The ball comes at you so fast.
Hit with so much venom and with so much curl on it as well. Looked destined for the top corner, but it hits the crossbar, and Tulsa dodge a huge bullet there. Now we will wait to see what RGV will decide to do with the Coronado change. Sorry, can you say that again? And we're being told that the change is coming up soon here for RGV. And I believe Zach Johnson from Cypress, Texas is going to be the player that will come on at the next stoppage here. Meanwhile, Tulsa with an opportunity in the penalty area. And nice flick back there. Sheldon trying to reset things. For Tulsa, into the box it goes. Offside is called before a possible foul. And now there's a player down for Tulsa as there's the change confirmed. Zach Jackson, pardon me, is in for RGV. So Jackson in, Coronado out. We hope Coronado is okay. And now Marlin is down for Tulsa. Yeah, the heat always is a factor at Edinburgh, Texas, just like Gerson Echeverry likes it. He talked to us about this earlier in the week. He was hoping that because his team is so much more used to playing in this climate, that this could be an advantage for his side. Coach Incia now hoping that his player, Marlin, is okay. And this might have been from a challenge in the penalty area as well. As the training staff takes a look at him, this looks like a possible test to make sure he's okay as far as concussion protocol. And that means he will come off the pitch.
You don't want to take any chances.
Yeah,
you know?
oh, of course.
You want to make sure that he's fine, even though it looked like he was going to be okay. But, you know, if you just want to make 100, you want to be 100% sure. Now, with Jackson coming into the match, we do not expect a lot of changes tactically, but in terms of experience, you know, it's Coronado. It's just a player that knows how to handle this type of matches.
And you see there's Zach Jackson right there in the spot for Coronado, and we'll see how he does. Obviously, Coronado more aggressive going forward as well, so that element taken a little bit out of there for RGV.
And Jackson is only playing his 5th match right now of the regular season, so that's something to take into account.
Chance for the Toros, ball into the box, and it was headed out of there by Hedrick. Cleared out of play, and it's a throw-in for the Roughnecks on the far side for Matthew Sheldon to take. As it looks like Marlin is back on the pitch, so good to see that he was okay after getting nicked up as well. So now we've had 2 more lengthy stoppages that could affect stoppage time at the end of this first half. Still goalless between RGV and Tulsa. Sean St. Jacques and Jose Rodriguez on hand with you. HEB Park in Edinburgh, Texas is the site. Playoff implications on the line. Chance here for RGV. Enriquez picks out a teammate. Shot comes in. Good stop by Lewis. Maybe an opportunity again on the far side. Nico Lemoyne lets it run, and it's a corner kick for the Toros.
Once again, Lemoyne with the ball. This time he's able to take the shot. Now, you need to change things up a little bit because it's becoming predictable if you're Lemoyne moving to the right side and taking the shot. Now, maybe you can do something different next time and try to, you know, try to catch the Tulsa defenders off guard.
In it comes. Headed away again by Uzo. Did a phenomenal job and a pullback there on the shirt by Lemoyne. And that is certainly going to be a booking for that challenge, as Tulsa were off to the races. And Lemoyne is the first player booked for RGV.
Yeah, absolutely. No doubt about it. It's a yellow card. If you're Lemoyne, you know, you don't take blame because, you know, it's what they call a professional foul. A counterattack was building up. And especially in a game like this one, in which you had so many chances, you don't want to concede a goal first.
And Altamirano is certainly someone that you wouldn't want to be running downfield in the open field on the break. So, like you said, professionally done, but it is a yellow card for sure. Hedrick, near side. Prasad, the player booked for Tulsa, sends it downfield. Uzo, good hold-up play. DaCosta, no look pass to Marlin, and Marlin gives it away. And the step in there by Isidro Martinez. Lovely outlet ball. Here's Enriquez. Able to get rid of it quickly. Still Jesus Enriquez. All played forward by Hernandez to Enriquez. Looking for Small in behind. Still with Enriquez. He gets it back. Lovely shuffling to find some space. Small now looking for an opening. He finds a teammate, Lemoyne. Works his way towards the byline. Lemoyne's cross is blocked. Hernandez trying to save it, does. That's deflected off of Sheldon. He saves it out of play, and it's a throw-in for RGV, and he does save a corner. Right back to Enriquez, who's been dancing, trying to find his way into the penalty area or find a teammate in the penalty area. And RGV will send it all the way back. Here's Castellanos. Connor Donovan. Out wide, Andrew Samuels. Infield to Enriquez. Lemoyne back to Enriquez. This could open up for RGV. Small, trying to let it run. The shot comes in, it was scuffed. Kevin Rodriguez did not quite get hold of the strike. And it's easy in the end for Sean Lewis, but lovely build-up play again from the Toros, just no end product.
Yeah, good build-up, you know, and that play right there, maybe, you know, Rodriguez, he should have communicated a little bit better with Carlos Small. Just talk to him and let him go that he's right behind him, you know. Let it go and then take the shot.
Could have dummied it through his legs, like you said, to open things up. Lewis was under some pressure there from Enriquez, but does really well to find DaCosta. Tries to loop it over the top. Marlin making a run in behind. Uzo to aim at if he can control this. Marlin now has some support. Goes alone though. Marlin cuts inside the shot and the save by Derek.
Well, I think this is actually the first time that we have seen Marlin be effective with the ball. You know, he was able to move past the defender and then take on the shot. It's very important as well if you're RGV to have an experienced goalkeeper, because Derek, other than the chance he had a couple minutes ago where Uzo, he was able to, you know, get the ball from Uzo. You know, we haven't seen much from Derek, but he was able to respond this time.
Martinez finds Enriquez for RGV. Emilio Hernandez. Isidro Martinez. Good idea. Trying to find Jackson. Picked off for Tulsa. Calvin Resende trying to make a run forward. Prasad on the near side for the Roughnecks. 8 minutes plus stoppage time to go in the first half. Still looking for our first goal. But it's been a fun first half. Plenty of chances for both sides. Looking for what would be a vital breakthrough. Resende. There's Prasad on the near side here. Marlin, lovely little turn there. Prasad on the near side. First time ball in, back towards Marlin. But Castellanos was able to head it out of the penalty area. Good switching of the fields by Kevin Rodriguez. This is for Lemoyne to chase. Lemoyne gets the deflection off of Sheldon and wins the throw. Here comes RGV. They're not going to waste any time here. Players to aim at in the penalty area. Lovely ball back to Lemoyne. First time ball into the penalty area, but Hedrick's header is able to push things out of danger. Uzo now for the Roughnecks. Things opening up possibly for Tulsa. Uzo going right at Connor Donovan. Step over towards the byline and boots it over the bar. And it's out for a goal kick. But more end-to-end action in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's been 38 minutes of back and forth. This time Uzo, not exactly in his comfort zone because he likes to, just be in position to score. This time he needed to come back, get a hold of the ball, move past the defender, and then take the shot. So, it's another opportunity, but that's not exactly where you want Uzo to get onto the ball if you're Tulsa. And on the other hand, I wanted to mention to you, Sean, a little bit about, the growth of this team if you're talking about RGV.
Yeah.
Early on, it was all about Enriquez and Salazar. Now, we see Lemoyne, Carlos Mall, Rodriguez, Martinez. It's progress for this team.
Into the box. Ball was the target. Hedrick out for a corner kick for the Toros. And like you said, they're meshing so much better together than they were earlier in the season. That takes time to get on the same page like you were alluding to. And it's already showing off in this game how many chances they can create with those 4 or 5 players going forward, the wing players, and then you look at Small and Enriquez making runs through the middle as well. Lemoyne's been dangerous. Kevin Rodriguez and Isidro Martinez have certainly been working their magic through the midfield as well. And Emilio Hernandez has had some created opportunities as well for the Toros. This is Martinez, who will take the corner for the Toros in the 40th minute. And he'll take it short to it. Enriquez. Martinez on his left boot. In swinging. Headed by Castellanos towards Lewis, who gobbles it up before Donovan could get in the way.
After the first 25 to 30 minutes, I mean, it's really surprising that we're still scoreless, right?
Doesn't feel like it, right?
Yeah, you come to expect, like, after that great start and how aggressive both teams were coming out of the gate, that we would end up maybe with at least a 3-3 towards the 90 minutes, right? But we should have been getting started already. But, I mean, we're still scoreless.
Especially for a scoreless half, as there's a foul there against Jackson on Marlin. It's one of the more entertaining 0-0 games I can remember. It's been end-to-end stuff. So many chances being created by both teams, just have not found the back of the net yet. But it's coming. You can feel it in the way both teams are growing with confidence in this game. Far side, Tulsa back at it again with Matthew Sheldon. Here's Brian Reyes floating it forward. Uzo the target, but Connor Donovan beats him to the spot.
It has been a lot of fun, but it seems like it's one of those games in which after the first goal, it really gets interesting.
And we're still waiting. That question still looms. Who will get the first goal? It could matter so much in this game. That pass is picked off. Donovan was trying to find Lemoyne out wide. Cristian Altamirano was able to step in. Small with a lovely flick to Lemoyne. He's onside. Lemoyne toward the byline, into the box, just behind. Small chips it, and it's over the bar. Kevin Rodriguez, if that was further towards the 6-yard box, could have hit that first time, but it was just behind him. As you take another look here, Small, so close.
Yeah. If we look back into the first half, in the first 42 minutes, I think we're going to see maybe 4 or 5 chances from RGV where you had players in the box, with a whole bunch of time to take the shot, and they were just unable to finish. This time, I think Carlos Mo, we can see a little bit of the confidence with him because, he doesn't take his time right there, and he tries a left-footed shot, which we don't usually see from him. But overall, I think you're happy with the opportunities, but you have to think towards the second half, we have to be able to finish.
Here comes RGV again. Lemoyne out wide. Samuels made the run. Enriquez with his left boot. What a save. Sean Lewis bails out Tulsa, and it's a corner for RGV, who are knocking at the door.
The buildup of the play is just, it's amazing. It's so easy. It looks so simple. Take advantage of the room they're giving you, and then a wonderful save as well.
What a save by Lewis. Oh, did you see that look from Jackson? Like, goodness, how did that not go in? Here come RGV again. In from Martinez. Castellanos with a lovely touch. Back towards Samuels and RGV. Still have players forward here, but have to reset through Jackson. Martinez. Enriquez, who's all over the place right now for RGV, making things happen. Weaved his way past one and does win the free kick just outside the penalty area. Tulsa thought that was a clean challenge.
Yeah, I think I agree with that.
And yeah, Encian, I think, his body language tells you all you need to know about that. That was one that he would like to have back as far as the call is concerned.
Maybe a push. I don't know.
Certainly live. It looked like Enriquez lost the ball fair and square.
Yeah, but I mean, it's an opportunity for RGV.
He does make the opportunity, though.
Yeah, and this is the time where you want to take advantage of set pieces, towards the end of the first half.
Certainly a dangerous player over it. Isidro Martinez, who could shoot or try to facilitate here. Has not scored yet this season, but has done plenty facilitating. Good ball back post! And just out of the reach. I think it was Castellanos who made the run and just couldn't get a piece as we take another look.
It's a good ball, right in between the defenders and the goalkeeper. That's exactly where you want to put that ball.
Oh, and Robert Castellanos, one of the taller players on the pitch.
Yes.
Just not enough leg to get a piece of it. As we head into the first half stoppage time, somehow still goalless. 4 minutes added on at the end of this first half for a couple of injury stoppages. Flicked forward by DaCosta. DaCosta was really dictating play for a while there earlier in this half, but now it's been all RGV over the last 5-10 minutes or so. Here they come again. Chance to cross this into the penalty area. Nobody there, though, for the Toros. And it's facilitated out. It is another corner, though, for RGV on this near side for Martinez to take.
Yeah, well, that time it's Enriquez who didn't make the adjustment. He saw Carlos Moll was on the right side. He's going to bring the cross in. Then you have to make the adjustment and move forward as quickly as possible. He didn't do it this time. He would know there was nobody there to score.
Martinez, who's been providing so many great deliveries for RGV. It's dangerous. And Donovan flew in there, couldn't quite get a header on it. Flicked header towards the back post. Donovan was offside. He knew it and thought, why not try it?
I think wasn't the ball out
Little
already?
Trick play. It was out of play anyway.
Yeah.
But I think the flag was up regardless.
Either way.
Maybe someday, but the rules are not like that.
Yeah, well, and he was also behind the goalkeeper, so yeah.
All jokes aside.
So many things went wrong for RGV right there.
Sean Lewis boots it forward for Tulsa. He's come up with some huge saves to keep Tulsa level in this match. And the wave from the Toros these last 10 minutes has really broken down the door, but they've not been able to fully bust through the doorway just yet. It's a throw-in for the Toros. We've had just about 2 minutes of the 4 added on. Here's Martinez with room to work with. Played out wide. Here's Lemoyne. Had Enriquez for a moment, back out wide. Enriquez calling for it, gets it here. Small, ooh, tried to touch that into the penalty area, but it was cleared. High boot from Jackson. He's able to get it forward, back to Enriquez. So tough to get him off the ball, but they do that time, Tulsa. Marlin then with a challenge. He got flipped over the top. It was Hernandez with the late challenge there, and he will find himself in the referee's book as well. Ramilio Hernandez, the second player booked for RGV.
Yeah, I think it's a good call by the referee. Hernandez is just a little bit late, but...
A tough half for Marlin, who's down again.
Yeah. But, it's risky when you slide. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Just a touch late and did not get the ball. And he knew it too. We'll see if the referee adds on a little bit of extra stoppage time for this as well. Remember, 4 minutes, but because there's been a little bit of time here for Marlin, they may add a little bit more on. We'll have to see. It's up to the referee's discretion. Good sportsmanship there from RGV's coach, Gerson Echeverry, checking on Marlin after that tough challenge by Hernandez. Is there enough time for one more chance in this first half? Lewis boots it forward. Was flicked on by Uzo. DaCosta trying to weave his way through, and the defense held firm that time for RGV. Now Tyler Derrick, who's had a few saves to make of his own so far in this game. He'll boot this forward for the Toros. And it's a lovely ball just over the head, though, of Lemoyne, and that is the end of the first 45. What a fun first 45 so far here between the Toros and Tulsa. 0-0 at the break. Both goalkeepers have been busy, but both goalkeepers so far unblemished through a half. At the half, RGV 0, Tulsa 0. Highlights, USL news and notes to come after a quick break.
The more we are together with nature, the more we are together, the better we'll be. There's forests and rivers, mountains and valleys. The more we are together, the better we'll be.
For 35 years, Lone Star National Bank has grown along with our customers. Together, we have helped transform South Texas, raised families, and planted roots to create opportunities that benefit not the few, but the many, to plan and build for a better tomorrow, to imagine what is possible. That is how you build strong communities and the strong bank, one generation at a time. For 35 years, Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's Bank.
Time to welcome the most beautiful and talented dancers in the RTV. Your RTVFC Toros girls.
Sean St. Jacques, Jose Rodriguez back here with you at the half. RGV in Tulsa, goalless so far. A really fun first 45 minutes here in Edinburgh, Texas. Anybody's game as the second half looms. The fans hoping it is their home side, the Toros, that can break through first. But for now, we take a look at the upcoming schedules for both sides. Here's the national schedule, though, first, Jose. And obviously, we know Phoenix Rising have to feel good. They're already in the playoffs with a big game against Las Vegas. And, of course, a couple of other big matches, including OKC New Mexico. That one certainly stands out, at least for me. Two teams that could certainly use 3 points.
Yeah, absolutely. I think those are two teams that in the playoffs you're going to expect a little bit more from them. Even though New Mexico, it's kind of a newcomer into the league,
right.
But, you know, they have proven already that they are good enough to compete throughout the season. And, of course, as well, Austin and Sacramento, that's a big one.
Certainly going to be a fun one to watch there as well. Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Toros. The good news for the Toros is that these are all teams they need to beat to get higher up in the standings. The bad news is, though, these are all tough teams on the schedule.
And they have to play 3 out of the next 5 on the road.
There you go.
So, you know, that kind of, you know, that puts a little bit of pressure into tonight's match, even more than what there already is.
6 of the 7 wins for the Toros this season have been at HEB Park, like Jose alluded to. So we'll see how they deal with this grueling upcoming slate with 3 of the 5 away from home, as Tulsa's schedule, with them just 4 points behind the Toros, looks like this. As we take a look there, Orange County up next. 3 of their 5 are at home, where they've done relatively well this season, but certainly those 2, actually 4 of the 5, I should say, are at home. So a nice stretch for Tulsa upcoming. At Tacoma, certainly not going to be easy, but some opportunities for the Roughnecks to possibly make up some ground.
They do have an opportunity, but it all starts tonight.
For sure.
They have to win tonight, you know, for these 4 games at home, and then the lone game on the road against Tacoma. Then that is a game that also you want to try to steal and that get as many points as you can in the next 5 games.
But before those 2 teams can look ahead, still business to do here tonight. 0-0 at the break, more to come, as the second half is looming here at HEB Park in Edinburgh, Texas.
On top of the box, strikes it true, back of the net. Oh, what a finish, Bustamante.
The attempt at an amazing goal. Or maybe a goal of the year candidate from Rodrigo da Costa. And here we go again. Kadima! Oh, what a strike.
Has been in the 11. And there's an effort from distance with Irving off his line. And that's a goal for the highlight reel there.
Obert there. Plua, shot, goal! Plua with the bicycle! Conrad Plua! Dillon goes for goal. Oh, what a strike from Justin Dillon! Now Gallardo for his brace tonight. Still Gallardo.
Nutmeg of St. Phil, what an opportunity for Joe Gallardo, a brace, and it's 4 goals for the Richmond Kickers.
Mikey Rowe now.
Rowe takes it on, and it's in! What a strike! And Tormenta!
Very patient, here's Bermudez now back on his left foot, a curler for the top corner!
Oh, what a goal! Bermudez!
Torre will shoot.
Oh. He will score. Javon Torre.
What did you say that you walked in?
Oh, something. Something's got it.
Oh my goodness.
Lubin, what a save. Outstanding individual effort. They stand together.
Sean St. Jacques, Jose Rodriguez. No goals yet between RGV and Tulsa at the half here at HEB Park in Edinburgh, Texas. As we take a look at the USL news and notes, as what's been another fun season in the USL Championship rolls on, Jose, and obviously Phoenix Rising continue to be red hot. They're trying to keep that win streak alive into Saturday's match against San Antonio, and then of course the stretch run. Everyone is still alive. That's what's the beauty of all of this.
Yeah, now the thing is, Sean, and you tell me what you think about this. Do you want the win streak to stop before the playoffs? You don't want to put even more pressure into the playoffs,
well,
don't you?
Is winning a bad thing? I don't know if winning's a bad thing.
It is not, but I mean, you're already in the playoffs. Yeah. You're in a good position. I mean, it's going to end at some point.
Well, Vegas will certainly try to end it. That's the game on Wednesday on ESPN3 that everyone's looking forward to on Wednesday Night Soccer. The Lights have got some firepower, so it's going to be fun to see those two go head-to-head in those two. We'll see if Phoenix can keep it going here. They are at the top of the Western Conference standings at the moment in the USL Championship. They're a lock already for the playoffs. everyone's catching them, and RGV and Tulsa are hoping that they could be one of these 10 teams at the end of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. But, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to Austin.
What a season they've had.
What a great season.
Yeah.
What a great season to come into the league. I mean, it's just outstanding. And as well, Real Monarchs, you know, they had a tough start to the year, but they have been able with this guy, Douglas Martinez, a great goal scorer for them this year. 11 goals already. So look out for the Real Monarchs. They have been on the other end in the past couple of seasons. First place, and then when it comes to the playoffs, they're not that good. This year, things might change.
Portland Timbers, too, by the way, also having a solid season
as
well. Wanted to point that out also. Here's the scoreboard. Games coming up later on. Obviously, Phoenix and San Antonio. We talked about that. How about Reno and Fresno? We've seen those guys a number of times this year. Jose, huge game there in the West as well. A lot of really good attacking talent on both of those teams as well. Obviously, Vegas, El Paso will certainly be one to watch also.
Yeah, I think Reno, especially Reno and Fresno, is a game you really want to watch because it's kind of a preview from the playoffs.
Yeah,
they could be very easily, you know, end up matching up in the playoffs. So you want to take a look at that one. And as well, Los Dos, you know, LA Galaxy as well. Every year, LA Galaxy, they do have 2 or 3 young guys that you really want to watch.
So we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get things closer to kickoff between RGV and Tulsa. Who's going to break through first? Got to come back to find out here at HEB Park in Edinburgh, Texas.
The more we are together with nature, the more we are together, the better we'll be. There's forests and rivers, mountains and valleys. The more we are together, the better we'll be.
For 35 years, Lone Star National Bank has grown along with our customers. Together, we have helped transform South Texas, raised families, and planted roots to create opportunities that benefit not the few, but the many, to plan and build for a better tomorrow, to imagine what is possible. That is how you build strong communities and the strong bank, one generation at a time. For 35 years, Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's bank.
Welcome to your hometown Whataburger. Customization is what we've always done. We have mustard, mayo, ketchup. It's all up to you.
When you customize your own burger, you can put your personality in it.
Manny's ketchup, no cheese. This is my Whataburger.
We customize orders 24 hours a day.
Everybody wants it just like they like it. When you can make it your own, that always enhances that experience for you.
They're just happy to do whatever makes you happy.
However you want it, I got you. Here at Whataburger, we make it just like you like it, whenever you like it.
Hola Bruce, bienvenido a Taquería Manu. ¿Taquería Manu? Mi nueva pasión ahora que estoy retirado. Desde que probé las carnes marinadas, mi tienda para tacos son fáciles y rapidísimos de hacer. A ver, dale, mira esto. Elige el sabor que quieras. ¡Híjole, qué rico! Provecho, Bruce. Gracias, hermano.
Carnes Marinadas, mi tienda de HEB, celebrando nuestra cultura, costumbres y pasión.
Sean St. Jacques, Jose Rodriguez, back here with you at HEB Park in Edinburgh, Texas. The fans are very much awaiting the start of the second half. That youngster wants to see some more soccer. Don't worry, youngster, we'll get there in just a few moments. Looking for a breakthrough between RGV and Tulsa. Huge game in the West playoff hunt as both teams are trying to stay in the mix. We'll see how that one ends up turning out. Let's take a look at the first half highlights, Jose. A ton to choose from. Chances for both teams in the first half, and here's the first big chance for the Toros.
Yes, absolutely a very exciting first half. It all started with Lemoyne from the left with this left-footed shot. You know, Lemoyne very aggressive to start the game. This time he's been able to move a little bit to his left and then take the shot. But, you know, Tulsa, they weren't very effective defensively, but, you know, once they were able to get the ball and they started to make a couple combinations moving forward, they were as well very, you know, effective, especially inside the box. And then Carlos Small, we talked a little bit about him before the game. You know, he hasn't been a presence so far inside the box, but he has been able to move the ball a little bit better for RGV.
What a huge chance that was for Tulsa, missed by Uzo, and then an even bigger chance missed as Carlos Small doinks the upright, as they say.
Yeah, you know, a great effort. You know, it's important to see, like, if you're getting started into soccer, for the young guys that are watching, he just takes one step until he strikes the ball. That's something to look at. And then Chuy Enriquez, Jesus Enriquez.
What a
like
strike!
You like to call him.
What a strike!
A wonderful shot, but as well a great save. You know, you have to give credit to both parts here, both the goalkeeper and Enriquez. They were very good in that play. And then towards the end, you know, just a couple of inches, just like the play we saw before with Carlos Small and his shot. Just Castellanos, 1 second too late.
End-to-end stuff in the first half. Here are the halftime stats here between the two sides. The shots on target stat seems to be the one that looms the most large here. 4 shots on target for the Toros, 5 chances created for Tulsa, but no shots on target, and a slight edge in possession to the Toros, who really finished strong at the end of that first half. The Toros and Tulsa now moments away from the start of the second half. Remember to keep in mind as well that second to last stat, yellow cards 2 for the Toros in the first half. Lemoyne and Hernandez were both booked, and Tulsa with the 1 yellow card as well, as Nicholas Prasad was in the referee's book in the first half. Teams will switch sides as RGV will be kicking from left to right on your screens on ESPN+. 0-0 as this second half gets underway. Carlos Small will get us underway at the sound of the referee's whistle. So much on the line. Both teams trying to stay right there in the hunt in the Western Conference playoffs in the USL Championship, and we're underway in the second half. RGV in their home oranges, Tulsa in their road dark blues. I guess my first question to you is, Jose, can these two teams keep up the intensity that we saw in the first half? We'll have to find out.
Well, that is a really good question, let me tell you. And I hope the answer is yes.
Here's the first chance. It's going to be a corner for RGV. There was a halftime change as Calvin Resende was taken out for the Roughnecks, and Manny Gonzalez, number 8, took his spot. So one change for Coach Incian and the Roughnecks. Manny Gonzalez from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and we will see how he fares. Both teams have now made one change. Martinez whips it into the penalty area, headed out of the penalty area. A little bit of a push. I believe that was Samuels. And it will be a free kick for Tulsa, and they'll have a chance to clear their lines. Of course, RGV had to make the one change with Coronado coming off hurt. Zach Jackson in now at right back for RGV. He's been getting forward a little bit more, which has been what Coronado was doing earlier in the first half before he got hurt. First touches here for the sub, Manny Gonzalez. There it is, the confirmation of the change.
Yeah, with Manny Gonzalez, you know, what you get out of him, especially moving forward, he's a guy that knows what to do with the ball.
Chance here for Tulsa. Now towards the byline, it runs out of play. It's a goal kick. Altamirano on this near side was certainly dangerous on the left wing in the first half and just could not quite keep that in play. So the Toros will restart from the back. Booted forward by Castellanos. Chested down. Lovely control there by Reyes in the midfield. And it's booted out of play. Sean St. Jacques, Jose Rodriguez here with you. This game has a lot on the line. No question about that. The winner, especially if RGV, a win for them puts them right back further into the mix to keep pace for our last playoff spot in the West. Tulsa's trying to catch RGV, so a win for them will give them only a 1-point deficit between the two in the standings. RGV's, out of their 7 wins, 6 of them have come here at HEB Park. Tulsa's looking for just their second road win of the season. And certainly the way that these two teams are going, and no one wants a draw tonight. They want all 3 points. Here's Enriquez for the Toros. In behind, Carlos Small gets the touchdown. Small with the shot. And it's a whisker wide out for a goal kick.
Yeah, but it all starts with Enriquez. What a great ball. You know, we're going to take another look. It's a great ball. The control as well from Carlos Moll, it's outstanding. And then the shot goes wide. But, you know, it's a great start just because we talked about Carlos Moll and Uso as well on the Tulsa side. They have to put it, they have to receive the ball in a position where they can score. And this is exactly the type of play that Carlos Moll needs to be effective.
Andrew Samuels said before the game, the defender for RGV, the biggest goal for them, get a shutout. They've done the job so far. Now it's about creating that chance to give the team the lead. That would be so coveted for Gerson Echeverry's squad. Tulsa, on the other side of things, we mentioned it, second most conceded goals in the West. They got to feel pretty good that they've somehow kept a clean sheet so far, but can they get the reward for doing that? Lovely back heel, onside, and a goal! It's Marlon, and it's Tulsa on top in Texas. His third goal of the season, and are the Roughnecks back in the playoff hunt?
What a start to the second half for Tulsa. So we take another look, the back heel from Da Costa. And Marlon with the shot looks to be a little bit offside. We're gonna have to take another look, but it looks to be offside. Either way, a great effort on the shot from Marlon.
9th assist of the year for Da Costa. And Tulsa, against the odds, have the lead. And Tyler Derrick can't believe it. What a blow for RGV, who had such a strong finish to the end of the first half. But Tulsa have the lead. And Gerson Echeverry can't believe it either.
Yeah, he can't believe it. You know, after so many chances in the first half, you know, this is not exactly what RGV was hoping for, at least in the first 5 minutes of the second half. But now you still have plenty of time. You have to go for it.
It's not like the tactics changed for RGV, but the pressure just got a lot heavier on their backs. Ball played forward, Small in behind. Trying to control it, does control it. Centering past Lemoyne, leaves it off. The shot from Enriquez is blocked. And it's a corner kick. I think he waited just a hair too long to release it, but it is an opportunity for the Toros to respond back.
Yeah, I think at that point, you are right in front of goal. You know, you have the room, you have the momentum moving forward, take the shot. It's Small with the ball, then Lemoyne lets it go. You know,
tough angle. But again, like you said, lovely build-up play there again.
Yeah.
But the Toros not able yet to cash in. Isidro Martinez looking to either whip this in or play it short. He will play this short. Samuels, who now mentioned in the build-up to this game, wanted to keep a clean sheet for the defense. They have now not been able to do that. Now looking to respond, though. Martinez gives it away. Sheldon now with it for Tulsa. Samuels pressure, but here come the Roughnecks again. Near side, Da Costa could open up again for Tulsa. Da Costa appealing for handball, not given. Altamirano at the back post! And the header is wide and out of play. Uzo couldn't quite direct it on goal. And Tulsa's now putting RGV to the sword here in the 53rd minute.
What a ball from Altamirano. I mean, that's exactly what you want if you're Uzo, who is just unable to finish. But a wonderful ball. And now you have to, you cannot wait any longer to respond if you're RGV. You cannot let Tulsa take control of the match.
This is what teams that are in the playoff hunt have to do. With their backs against the wall, can RGV respond? Tulsa's got to feel like they're in dreamland right now, up a 0-0 on the road, where they've only won once all season on the road. But can they see it out? Remember, second most goals conceded. RGV trying to still stay aggressive. They know they're not out of this yet. Here's Martinez. Lovely ball forward. It could open up for RGV here. Lovely ball out wide to Samuels. Runners in the penalty area for the Toros. Samuels cuts it back. Finds Enriquez. And he's smothered. And the clearance by the substitute, Manny Gonzalez. Uzo forward with it to the goal scorer, Marlon. Play continues. It's a push and a chase for Marlon, but Jackson outruns him. And Derek finds the captain, Donovan.
You know, you have to give a lot of credit to Michael Incien. A very good read bringing Manny Gonzalez in. Resende, he was not effective with the ball. He was not even part of the game offensively for Tulsa.
Yeah.
And that change, moving Manny Gonzalez a little bit to the back and letting Da Costa move forward, I mean, you can already see the difference in this team.
Hernandez for RGV. Martinez. Near side, Samuels gives it away. Now Tulsa will be in no hurry. Luckily, Sheldon was there, or Tulsa would have given it right back. Some pressure here from Small. Played further back by Roberts. Far side with the Roughnecks, up by a goal to nil. It's a game they have to win. It's got to be a shock to the RGV system at the moment. Feeling like they had the momentum going into half, and Tulsa have stopped them in their tracks with the goal from Marlon. His third of the season. He now ranks 5th on the team in goals. How about 9 goals and now 9 assists for Rodrigo da Costa for the Roughnecks as well. What a phenomenal season he's had. And what this goal could possibly mean for Tulsa. We mentioned it, a favorable schedule coming up for them with 4 of the next 5 at home, but still a long way to go knowing that RGV, with a 1 goal themselves, they could be right back in this.
Yeah, listen, they are not only playing 4 of the next 5 at home, but the lone game on the road is against Tacoma.
Yeah.
Right now, last place in the Western Conference. So, you know, it's looking good if you're Tulsa.
Da Costa again shoots this time. And Tyler Derrick corrals it. A late challenge, I think, from Connor Donovan might have had a little bit of an impact on Da Costa's strength on the shot there. And at the 57th minute, Marlon's goal separates the sides for the Roughnecks. It was 1-1 when the two sides met here last season. Goals from Enriquez and then Paris G. And those 2 goals actually came within 2 minutes of each other. RGV opened the scoring, and then within 2 minutes, Tulsa tied it. And that's how it finished. This time the roles have been reversed, and Tulsa has the vital goal. Right now, Tulsa have really slowed the game down, trying to maybe further kill the momentum that RGV had going up until the goal. Here's Brian Reyes for the Roughnecks. Near side and out of play. Altamirano could not quite get to that. Ball was over his head. What's going through your mind, Jose? What do you think RGV, as Michael Encien's got to be sitting pretty right now with a goal lead on the road? What does Coach Echeverry's side need to do? Any adjustments?
Well, you know, they just have to react to what's going on right now.
Feels like it's slowed up for them a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, they were not expecting that goal. And I think we just haven't seen, we haven't, I mean, you expect a little bit more of a team that's so close to the playoffs. But, you know, maybe it's how young they are. And it takes time for a team so young to have that leader that can, you know, just assume that right now you need to move forward no matter what.
Ball was picked off, but Connor Donovan, see frustrations there after making the bad pass. He does make up for the mistake with the tackle, but he still gives the ball away to Tulsa, and it's a throw-in on the near side. RGV can't have much more of that. They have to have the ball.
Yeah, I mean, it's Derek on goal, 31 years old. But other than that, we see 23, 21, 24, 19, 24, 22. I mean, it's really, right now, they have to understand the moment they're in the match.
And it'll be interesting to see, not only for the playoff chase, but again, like you said, the young team, how do they respond, knowing that their season now is very much in the balance potentially here? How do they respond? They know they need a result tonight to try to keep pace with the likes of Vegas and El Paso and others that are ahead of them in the standings. New Mexico as well, San Antonio. Of course, the team right there in the 10 spot, Sacramento.
I think it's also a little bit of frustration from, you know, they know the opportunities they had in the first half. You know, so if that happens, it doesn't matter, you know, the age of a player. You can build up frustration in a game if you missed 4 or 5 chances in the first half, and then all of a sudden you're down by a goal.
Right there, some frustration from Lemoyne, who, keep in mind, is on a yellow at the moment, so he has to be careful putting in challenges like that. It's a free kick for Tulsa. That's the last thing RGV needs, is to be down to 10 men. And Lemoyne, in a little bit of frustration there, concedes the free kick. Sheldon is over this for the Roughnecks, but he'll play it backwards.
But, you know, I believe they have it in them to...
Still have a half hour to go as well.
Yes,
plenty of time.
They have plenty of time. So at some point, I'm just a little bit surprised they haven't done it yet. But, you know, I have to believe that they will respond at some point. And now the thing is it going to be too late? That's where, I mean, it remains to be seen.
DaCosta, lovely ball to find. Altamirano. Sheldon overlaps. Ball into the penalty area, deflected, and Lemoyne has it for RGV. Floats it forward for the Toros. Small doing all he can. Looking for a foul on a push from behind. But it's not been given, and it's back with the Roughnecks. Hedrick to Reyes. Lovely ball to Marlin. His goal separates the sides. Altamirano. Cuts back. Loops it in. Tulsa, huge chance. Player goes down. Play continues. And somehow Tyler Derrick keeps RGV alive in this game. How on earth did he make that save?
What a save. What a save from Tyler Derrick.
Here's another look.
Yeah, it's first Altamirano, and then DaCosta.
All with his noggin.
Oh my goodness.
How on earth did Tyler Derrick do that? Anything will do, and he used his head in every sense to keep the Toros in this thing. Holy smokes. Talk about giving up your body for the team.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, and it's only his 5th match with RGV.
Wow.
This year.
Shows you the heart he's got.
Yeah, of course. You know, he wants to win at any level.
But now a corner to defend for RGV as Tulsa are now knocking down again on the Toros' door. Ball floated in. Back post. Header is a good one, but it's not on target. And it's another goal kick for RGV.
You know, and sometimes it takes a save from your goalkeeper to kind of let you know that you still have a chance, because it feels like everything is not going your way right now if you're RGV. But maybe that's the moment that they need.
We've had a couple of USL Save of the Week candidates in this game alone.
I think so, yes. Yes.
Goodness gracious. Tyler Derrick and Sean Lewis, who's got the ball now for Tulsa, have been phenomenal in this game. There's a player down for Tulsa.
It's Altamirano, I think.
It is, and Tulsa will play this out of play, and now they'll attend to him. You never like to see this. Obviously, you hope that he's okay. Might just be cramps. We don't want to speculate, but thing to keep in mind as well is this will add on to the stoppage time at the end of the 90 minutes, which, depending on where we are at that point, could be beneficial for RGV, but we don't know that yet. It's tough to say that now just because there's still so much time left, but RGV have lost the momentum. They're trying to regain it again. Tyler Derrick just made an unbelievable save to keep his side in this. And if there's a second goal, we can really see it turn one of two ways. Really.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. But you know, it's interesting to see Coach Echeverri. He seems to be talking a little bit to his players, trying to build up a little bit of, you know, come on guys, let's just get the ball back, get a couple touches on, you know, try to move forward a little bit, hold on to it a little bit longer. You know, that's exactly what they need right now. But they have lost possession, and if you're Tulsa, that's exactly what you need to do. Because, I mean, the stats, 57 goals in a year, you don't want to lay back and just wait for RGV to come and get that goal, because they will if you lose possession. So if you're Tulsa, you want to defend with the ball.
For the moment, Altamirano is still on the pitch, getting attended to, more fluids for him. As he tries to stay hydrated in the Edinburgh, Texas heat. And that is going to be a change here. So Altamirano is out after that stoppage of play. Panine Boyaki is in for Tulsa, number 21. So Boyaki will have to see how he makes do. It's the second change for Tulsa, who now have only one substitution remaining.
You know, it's going to be interesting to see how things are going to change for Tulsa without Altamirano, because so far in the first 65 minutes of the match, he was a big part of Tulsa. And now someone has to take that responsibility of holding on to the ball. Like we mentioned before, they have to defend with the ball. If they don't have the ball, it's going to be a tough task for them to keep the score as it is right now.
That's the official confirmation. So it is Panine Boyaki Mensah from Ghana who is in the game now for Tulsa officially. And again, that's the confirmation of the two changes. You saw the little wristband. That is the Ghana national flag sweatband that he's wearing on his left wrist, representing his country here for his club squad. So two changes now officially for Tulsa. And now we await to see if RGV can respond. They need, at the bare minimum, to get a result, but they really need all 3 points. Lofted in by Donovan. Not quite cleared. Martinez back towards Donovan. Samuels on the near side. Played back to him by Lemoyne. Again, RGV patiently trying to break down Tulsa's defense. Isidro Martinez. Touched forward. Big chance for RGV, but the touch gets away from him. Not quite cleared. Enriquez's header. Lemoyne on the near side cross. Couldn't quite find Carlos Small, who was trying to backtrack from the 6-yard box, and a throw in for the Toros.
Looked like Enriquez had the opportunity to take the shot.
Would have been a heck of an effort off the volley. But instead, tried to find Lemoyne. It is Martinez again. Back to Martinez. Castellanos. The captain, Connor Donovan. Jesus Enriquez. Forced back. Good defense by Brian Reyes to stand his ground. It's back with Tyler Derrick. Where would they be without him right now? Lofts that forward. It's over everybody's head. And it's given away. Back to Tulsa. And another Roughneck player goes down. And it's the man on his debut, Nicholas Prasad. And he's being stretched out at the moment as the referee is informing Tulsa that this will add on to the stoppage time.
Well, you know, and it makes sense. If you haven't been able to play 90 minutes in who knows how long, and then you have to start your first match of the season in Edinburgh, you know, it's a challenge.
He is on a yellow card as well as his teammates come over to check on him. Fans here anxiously awaiting a response from their Toros. It is a beautiful night. It's a hot night in Edinburgh. They are hoping that the Toros can come back down by 1-0. And this is kind of goes one of two ways. Well, two ways. One of a pro for the Toros, which is there could be some more stoppage time that they may need at the end, but this is also hurting the rhythm with players going down every few minutes here.
Yeah, and I think that's the worst part, really, because, I mean, stoppage time, you never know what's going to be going on.
You don't know where the score will be
Yeah,
at that
but
point.
right now, you know, you're gaining a little bit of momentum back, and, you know. But I think this time, and I know it doesn't happen all the time, but this time Prasad, I think, is really hurting. So.
Oh, of course,
you know,
yes.
It's no time
it is
wasting.
The heat, of course.
It's just unfortunate, yeah. I don't know if he's going to be able to continue, honestly, just because, you know, the fact that he's playing for the first time in a while. Usually you're okay for 60, 70 minutes.
Well, keep that in mind, because if they do have to make a change, we have not heard word of a change yet, but that would be Tulsa's last change. They only have one substitution remaining, so if Prasad can't continue, Tulsa would have to use up their last change. They do get right back out to it here. Ball in behind. It's going to roll all the way to Derek. And we are being told that Nicholas Prasad is going to be substituted out. And it looks like Walid Yakubu is going to come on for the Roughnecks. So Tulsa will have to burn their final substitution here. It's coming up in a few moments.
So now you're going to have to rely on Manny Gonzalez, who just came in, Uzo, Da Costa, and Marlon, just to hold on to the ball, you know, to be really smart with it, because, you know, you don't have any substitutions left. So, you know, tactically, you cannot change much. You just have to be smart with the ball if you want to hold on to the result right now.
I mentioned the heat. Tulsa, when they do make that change, will have no changes left. So they'll have to keep that in mind as Gonzalez hits the bar as he went for glory. And the substitute almost put a dagger in RGV hearts.
Yeah, he just strikes the ball so well.
There's the confirmation of the Yakubu change. But goodness, what a strike by the substitute.
Yeah, Gonzalez just a great second half for him, really. You know, he's been very effective with the ball, moving around, trying to be as close as he can to the action, just taking as well a couple of chances. You know, you have to give a lot of credit to Coach Museum.
Tulsa playing it through the back. Here's Roberts, who boots it forward for the Roughnecks. Marlon touches it back. His goal is the difference. Trying to get past Jackson on that far side. He wins a throw-in.
And now if you're RGV, you kind of have to, if you read the game well, you want to be a little bit more aggressive, because you know the heat is playing a factor, right?
And now with no more changes for Tulsa,
yeah,
they can't bring anybody off if that becomes a factor. It is going to be a free kick here for the Roughnecks in a decent position for some service into the penalty area. Sean St. Jacques, Jose Rodriguez, really happy you've joined us here. You've tuned in for a good one. Playoff implications on the line. Both teams really need to win this game to keep pace in the hunt in the Western Conference. Tulsa has the advantage. They've only won one game on the road all season. DaCosta with a good ball in. Derek with the punch. Falls for Martinez. There's a player down for Tulsa in the penalty area, and play is stopped. It's the captain, Hedrick, who is down for Tulsa. And this is the last thing that the Roughnecks wanted to see. They are out of changes. And now Hedrick is down, and the referee has pointed to his head. And that's what the staff for Tulsa will take a look at here. And now this is turning into a nightmare scenario for Michael Incy. And meanwhile, RGV will make a change, as it looks like Lemoyne will come off. And Victor Garza, the native from Edinburgh, Texas, will come on. Here's the challenge on the ball in from DaCosta. And it came from that punch from Derek.
Yeah, there is contact there, but if you're Derek, you really have to go for the ball. I mean, there's no questions asked. You just have to go for it.
Just a normal play within the flow of the game. And
yeah, absolutely.
Hedrick got the worst of it. Just hope that he's okay. Another stoppage in this game that will add on to added time. But right now, Tulsa not only are thinking about the health of Hedrick, but they're thinking about possibly having potentially to play with 10 men if Hedrick can't continue here.
Well, and wow, it would be a huge blow for Tulsa, because it's not only playing with 10 men, but it's Hedrick,
your captain.
Your captain, and you know, defensively, it has been a tough year for them, and without Hedrick, I don't know. I mean, what we would be looking at right now.
He's trying to walk it off here. With some help from the training staff. Michael Incian is, you can tell, he's concerned. Looking to his coaching staff, and they are deliberating over what they're going to do here.
I think it looks to be okay.
We'll have to see. You never know.
Yeah, especially with head injuries, you know.
We'll have to see how it plays out. For now, it looks like he's walking back under his own power towards the touch line. Michael Incian's actually looking for an update to see what he should do here.
Yeah, he's not 100% sure what's going on.
They're wondering if they have to play with 10 men, he'll have to change the formation.
Well, you kind of
that's the case.
Yeah, you kind of have to do it right now, immediately, because he's not on the field.
And initially, it looks like they've dropped Yakubu further back to kind of help out the back line for the moment. And they've readjusted with a couple of changes. And Brian Reyes is also playing further back for Tulsa also, at the moment at least. And Hedrick is now back on the pitch, and we'll see if he's able to continue. Good to see him back on, but we'll keep an eye on him as the play goes on. But for now, it's still 11v11. Here comes RGV. The strike comes in. Lewis saves it. Sheldon didn't quite clear it. Chance there initially. Samuels back in, deflected out, and it's a corner. Almost a second chance there for Kevin Rodriguez. Sheldon did just enough. And here's the chance again. Enriquez made it happen.
Yeah, but once again, Sean Lewis with a great save. A good shot from Enriquez as well. But for the second time in the match, it's Lewis was able to, you know, it's just a great stretch right there.
Martinez. Back post headed down, but a foul on a push before that. And Tulsa will clear their lines. Look to be Uzo, who was back defensively, who drew the foul, and now Sean Lewis will reset for Tulsa. 13 minutes plus, we have to think a good chunk of stoppage time to go in this game. With the win, if Tulsa hold on here, they would get back within a point of RGV in the West standings. RGV, though, really need 3 points, but they would probably take a draw. It still keeps them in the mix, but this would be a blow for sure.
Yeah, at this point, if you're RGV, I mean, you just want to score that goal, and whatever. If we get a couple of minutes after that, we see a yellow card.
So Marlin's the player down. Castellanos has been booked for the challenge for RGV. Remember, they took off Lemoyne, so Hernandez and Castellanos now are the only 2 players on the pitch for the Toros who are on a yellow card. And on the opposite side for the Roughnecks, the only player that had been booked was Nicholas Prasad, and he's been subbed off as well. So as Gerson Echeverry is pleading his case on this near side, more stoppage here. We could have a wild chunk of added time at the end of the 90 minutes. This is what, the fourth or fifth stoppage?
Yeah, I think we're looking at 5 minutes or more.
Man, we could be looking at more than that at this point.
Yeah.
As you see Rodrigo DaCosta, number 16 in blue, trying to keep his teammates engaged, motivated. There's still a long way to go.
But you know, if you're RGV, you try to keep your hand in the game. You know, don't try to control things that you can't control.
Right.
You know, if it's time wasting, let the referee do what he can. I mean, just try to be effective with the ball.
Back underway with the Roughnecks. Sheldon under some pressure from Garza, the substitute. Garza chases it all the way back. Lewis boots it forward. Uzo, using his strength, wins the challenge over Castellanos. He's got to be careful. He had a piece of his shirt there. Play continues, though, for the Roughnecks, near side. Opportunity here. Lovely ball into the penalty area. Lovely back heel. Ball was cleared. Tulsa begging for a handball. Throw in on the near side for the Roughnecks. DaCosta is begging for it. It won't be given. Oyaki as well, who made the great run. He was also begging for a handball. Not given. 10 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. More pressure from RGV. Sheldon muscled off of it, but it's given back by Rodriguez. Boyaki. Lovely ball into the penalty area, and Marlon could not quite get on top of it. RGV doing everything they can to get it back, but Manny Rodriguez has it for the Roughnecks. Matthew Sheldon. Koyi, and he wins a free kick.
It's frustration once again from Rodriguez. He's going to get a yellow card.
Oyaki is still down. Kevin Rodriguez is in the referee's book after that challenge.
Winning tickets for tonight's 50-50 raffle.
Confirmation there. 3 RGV players now in the book. As we take another look at the challenge, and yeah, not playing the ball there.
Yeah, just forgets about the ball.
And it's a clip there on the back heel of Boyaki. Tulsa doing everything they can to see this game out.
You know, mentally, it has been a tough game for RGV tonight.
See another foul there. Reyes is still down. Martinez, the culprit. Now here's the problem for Tulsa. Yes, you're trying to slow the game down, but the referee has mentioned a couple of times by pointing to his watch that he is adding this on. So that's the tough part. You can't just keep going down. So at some point, the referee is going to keep adding the time on as well. But Tulsa are doing everything they can. They're being pushed to their limits here. They have no substitutions remaining, but here they come again with DaCosta. Boyaki trying to chase it down and does keep it in play. Trying to break down Samuels. Couple of step overs. Played all the way back. And Tulsa are forced to play it all the way back towards Roberts. Great ball to find Rodrigo DaCosta. Toward the byline, DaCosta, Donovan with a great challenge. And RGV will clear it. Only as far, though, as Sheldon. Looks like a foul handball there against RGV. Another chance for Tulsa. As we're being told, there is a substitution in the offing for the Toros.
What a player that Costa is. You know, it reminds me of a younger version of Juan Pablo Cafa.
From Fresno, yeah.
Yeah.
He can do it all. Well, we saw Manny Gonzalez rip one earlier. Gonzalez, this time right at Tyler Derrick. 7 minutes plus added time remaining. RGV in search of a vital goal here. Castellanos. Infield, Martinez. And it's played back out. Donovan looking for it. Here is Connor Donovan, surveying the scene. Samuels. Garza. Back out wide. Jesus Enriquez. Victor Garza, the substitute. Small, tried to find Enriquez. And
Sean,
it is cleared by Yakubu.
We have to give credit to Tulsa.
Yeah.
Defensively, it's
sure.
probably their best game of the year.
Has to be.
I mean, there's no room. Look at RGV. They move the ball to the right, to the left. There's no room.
Another great challenge there by Sheldon.
Perfect example.
Right on cue. It is a throw-in for RGV. And before that, we will see the sub. Deshane Beckford from Jamaica will come on. Kevin Rodriguez will be sacrificed here. And that is the final change for RGV. Can Beckford, with his fresh legs, make a late difference here for RGV? Desperately searching for an equalizer.
Especially the second half, Sean, for Tulsa.
Yeah, they've really done well.
It looks like they learned the lesson from the first 45 minutes. You know, RGV wasn't able to score, and they kind of, you know, changed the attitude in the second half. And it's just, I mean, you have to give them credit.
They really have done a phenomenal job. As the fans are hoping their team can muster up another opportunity here. All bounced around there between Jackson and Marlin on RGV and Tulsa respectively. Back with Tyler Derrick, 4 minutes plus who knows how much added time. Ball played in behind. Beckford's first chance to make an impact. Has Samuels with him. Little weave of a touch and a foul against Boyaki. And he will be booked for that challenge on Ramilio Hernandez. So the substitute is in the referee's book. And this is an opportunity, Jose. Set pieces have been something that both teams have kind of been stressing recently. They've been looking to crack down on and clean up.
Yes.
This could be an opportunity possibly for RGV, as it looks like Isidro Martinez, the normal man on the ball, will try to whip this one in.
Yes, I mean, but, you know, Martinez carries a lot of responsibility right now because you have to put a good cross in. You know, there's nothing Carlos Moll can do in the box if the cross is not good. So, but this, without a doubt, is a great chance for RGB to get back in the game.
Martinez, miscommunication, floated goalward and headed off the line. Hedrick was there, Uzo was there, and Small denied off the line. Goal was gaping.
And now we're starting to see that sense of urgency from RGV. What an opportunity. What a touch from Carlos Small. Would have been a beautiful goal. But as well, Hedrick, you know, just a good read. And he, for some reason, he decided to stay over the line.
Pays off for Tulsa there.
Usually goalkeepers yell for their defenders to move outside of the box as quickly as possible. Not this time, and it pays off.
Ball played out wide. And Yakubu heads it out of play. It's a throw-in for RGV. Do they have enough left in the tank? Martinez. Samuels. One touch passing back to Martinez. Donovan. Beckford. Small. Out wide. Took a deflection. Samuels in some open space. Into the penalty area. It runs through. The touch from Enriquez. Not quite cleared. Enriquez thought he was brought down. And it's cleared away by Tulsa. Derek will come from his goal to help out. Just about everybody forward for RGV. We're heading towards the final minute of the 90. Hernandez. Enriquez. Garza. Enriquez. Ball in, deflected. Couldn't quite fall for Samuels. Hernandez. Challenge, free kick for the Toros. I think Marlin with the challenge that time. And another good positioning here for an RGV free kick. Here's the header off the line from the last attempt. And it was the captain.
A great effort on both sides because, you know, Carlos Small recognizes that the goalkeeper is not there. And as well from Hedrick to move back and try to play the role of a goalkeeper.
How big could that header be in Tulsa's season? We'll have to wait and see.
Absolutely, you're 100% right.
Still a few minutes to go here. We're in to the stoppage time. Boy, take your guess how much there's going to be. Free kick opportunity in the meantime for RGV. Into the box. Donovan just couldn't quite get to it. Back out to Martinez. We're being told there's 7 added minutes.
Sounds about right.
That does sound about right. Still time for the Toros. Back towards Donovan. Headed away. He was offside. 7 minutes for RGV to save themselves.
Yeah, and look for 7 minutes in which RGV has full control of the game with possession. Tulsa, they did a very good job after they scored a goal, maybe towards, 30 minutes in the second half. Defending with the ball, they did it. Now, it's really hard to do it in stoppage time because you feel at this point, if you're Tulsa, that you have done your job. But remember, time wasting.
Case in point, Sean Lewis was just whistled by the referee to continue as he was barking at players to get open, but things weren't happening downfield.
Well, yeah, you know, you get to stop time wasting from goalkeepers. Once the first time they do it, you show a yellow card and that's it.
Yakubu's throw in. DaCosta trying to keep that in. Cannot. Goal kick for RGV. Sense of urgency now through the roof for the Toros. Gerson Echeverry waving them forward. Hernandez. Martinez. Oh, tried to play it through for Garza. Picked off by Marlin, the goal scorer. His goal separates the sides. Tried to scoot past the defender there, but it's out of play. Martinez. Far side. We've had 2 added minutes. Isidro Martinez. Lovely ball forward. Chested down into the penalty area. Lovely cutback by Enriquez. Still Enriquez, and he waited too much on the ball. Does win a corner, though, for his side.
Yeah, you said it, Sean. He held on way too long onto the ball. And, you know, that took the timing out of the play. It's a great control right there. You know, right now, put the ball. Look for Small. Look for Garza. Beckford. You had several chances.
In it comes. Lewis Boyd barely got that away. Not exactly the most poised clearance in traffic. And Small does well, wins a throw-in. Quickly in for Samuels. Plenty to aim at. Small. And that's going to be touched out of play for a goal kick by Beckford. And again, looks like RGV just trying to do a little bit too much down that near side. That ball could have been put in a couple of passes before that ball was played out of play.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, at this point, you have to play as quickly as possible and, you know, just don't try to do too much.
And Lewis using as much time as he's allowed to move the ball around the 6-yard box.
Yeah.
And
I mean, with a yellow card, he wouldn't be doing that. But, you know, he's kind of asking for a yellow card.
He knows there's a lot of time left.
Yeah.
And he's trying to use as much of it as he can. Donovan's header puts it out of play. And it is a throw-in for Tulsa with 3 added minutes, maybe a little smidge more to go. But this is not the part of the field that the Toros want to have it in right now. Sheldon throws it towards the corner. Uzo using his strength. Donovan gets it away from him, but backheels it out of play. And it's a throw-in for Tulsa. And I don't think Connor Donovan realized how much time he had there. Sheldon to throw it back in for Tulsa. Can Tulsa see this out? Only 1 road win all season for the Roughnecks. And a huge boost potentially to their playoff hopes. Oh, DaCosta flipped it over Donovan's head and wins a free kick. And DaCosta now is down. DaCosta will take the free kick. They will play this short likely. DaCosta to Marlin. Samuels bearing down. Uzo couldn't keep it in. Throw in for RGV. They need to hurry. Running out of time. And the referee forces Samuel back. And now they have to retake the throw. Samuel came too far forward. Derek now is being pressured, so RGV really have to throw this further downfield. Headed back forward by Marlin. Lovely play by DaCosta. He wins a free kick. Tulsa doing everything right to try to see this game out. .30 seconds of the minimum of 7 remaining. DaCosta. Back out of play. Uzo was twisted down. It's a throw-in for RGV. Play continues. Tulsa wanted a free kick.
Oh, well.
Do the Toros have enough time? Ball is blasted forward towards Carlos Small. Small is whistled for the foul.
Yeah, I think right now.
And that's it.
It's the whistle, yeah.
It's full time. And now, some extracurriculars at full time. Well, when the dust settles, it's Tulsa who have won this game by a 1-0 over RGV. What a huge win for the Roughnecks. Just the 2nd triumph on the road all season for Tulsa. Marlin's goal is the difference, and what a massive blow this could be to RGV's playoff chances, and what a shot in the arm it could be for Tulsa. like
Yeah,
this
it's
for
a
RGV. Step
night
over. A
to
shot,
remember
good
for
save.
Tulsa moving forward. Absolutely what, coaching staff wanted out of this team tonight. Just take advantage of the opportunity of going on the road into an HEV park that it has been good for RGV, but not tonight. The chances were there.
When we come back, we'll recap this one. Tulsa wins it by a goal to 0. We'll be back in a moment.
The more we are together with nature, the more we are together, the better we'll be. There's forests and rivers, mountains and valleys. The more we are together, the better we'll be.
For 35 years, Lone Star National Bank has grown along with our customers. Together, we have helped transform South Texas, raised families, and planted roots to create opportunities that benefit not the few, but the many, to plan and build for a better tomorrow, to imagine what is possible. That is how you build strong communities and the strong bank, one generation at a time. For 35 years, Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's Bank.
Welcome to your hometown Whataburger. Customization is what we've always done. We have mustard, mayo, ketchup. It's all up to you.
When you customize your own burger, you can put your personality in it.
Manny's ketchup, no cheese. This is my Whataburger.
We customize orders 24 hours a day.
Everybody wants it just like they like it. When you can make it your own, that always enhances that experience for you.
They're just happy to do whatever makes you happy.
However you want it, I got you. Here at Whataburger, we make it just like you like it, whenever you like it.
Back here at HEB Park in Edinburgh, Texas, Sean St. Jacques, Jose Rodriguez wrapping things up for you. Tulsa defeats RGV by a goal to 0. Marlon's goal, the difference. We do have some news to report to you, though, as Carlos Smalley, you saw get into an altercation there, was sent off with a red card due to that late altercation with a Tulsa player. That means he is suspended for the next match, and that's a huge blow on top of this loss for RGV, Jose.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's just frustration, especially for Carlos Mo, who has been effective lately for RGV. He had a couple of chances in the first half. He was unable to finish, so it's frustration building up.
Let's take a look at the full-time highlights. Tulsa picking up just their second road victory of the season, while a rare clean sheet as well. RGV, though, had the early incentive.
Yes, well, that's the part that, it's something to think about, because RGV had a couple of chances in the first half. Of course, Tulsa with Uso, who we saw a lot of him in the first 45 minutes, was a presence up at the top. But, Carlos Mo, overall, during the first half, we saw the best part of him. Panamanian striker, very just a talented player. But this time, he wasn't able to finish. And mentally, I think he wasn't able to perform at the level that we have seen him in the past couple of weeks, but especially mentally. Physically, he was there. Mentally, not so much.
Chance there for Enriquez that was touched over the bar. Both goalkeepers made some amazing saves.
Yes, I think, if we look back into the game, of course, we're going to see the chances in the first half, but goalkeepers played a part throughout the 90 minutes.
There's the goal from Marlon, the difference in the game. Little bit of controversy. We weren't exactly sure if he was onside on the pass. Never got a definitive look. Tulsa don't care. That took them on top on the night. They ended up seeing it out and getting a massive 3 points to get back within one of RGV. But Tulsa weren't done. They kept on coming.
Yeah, and once again, going back to the Tulsa goal, the 9th assist for the Costa. Well, that's just a quality player. This maybe the last chance for RGV. A shot from Carlos Mo, and then just over the line, it's Hedrick with a match-saving opportunity.
How big will that header end up being for Tulsa? We have to see. In the meantime, a devastating loss for RGV on the night. Tulsa comes out on top on the road to get a vital 3 points to stay in the playoff hunt. What a game in the Western Conference. For Jose Rodriguez, Sean St. Jacques saying so long from Edinburgh, Texas. The final score again, Tulsa 1 and RGV 0. Enjoy the rest of your night. You've been watching the USL Championship on ESPN+.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.